All right, guys. Welcome to another NLGE podcast. Today we got Sir Mike Knight, Head Honcho, Rockstar, and Debo.
Oh, yeah.
So basically, we're just going to go through a rundown of a couple of the owners that we have confirmed. And, we'll say a couple things. I know some of them are acquainted with the owners we have and, what we think what the outcome for those teams will be this upcoming season. Give me a sec here. Let me open up the actual owners list because I don't have it in front of me. But I guess we'll shoot it off to Sir Mike Knight first. I mean, what do you think about Lupocalypse and Stinky Pete coming in as owners?
Well, I mean, I've played on teams with both of them, and they're both good players. As far as how they'll be as owners, I mean, that's kind of up in the. I mean, Lupoc has owned teams before. I know that. Stinky Pete, he's still kind of new to owning teams, but he knows what to do and what not to do. He's been on some good teams. He's been on some bad teams. He knows. I think he'll do well as far as owning and how he interacts with his players. But as far as how they do in the season, I mean, we're not going to know that until after the draft. I mean, that's just about any owner. Until after the draft, you have no idea how that team's going to work, and even then, you'll find some surprises, and some teams who should have done well didn't do well, and I mean, it's same as every season, right?
All right. No, it was a good answer. Good answer. Good stuff. I know Lupoc personally. He's a little bit of an asshole, so. I don't think too many players are going to be brushing up on the right side of him. He tends to know. He tends to tell people where to go if they're being assholes or something like that.
That just means that he knows what he wants, and he knows what he wants out of his players. I mean, you take it any way you want to, but if he's given direction and he's not getting any feedback from it, and you're not doing what he wants you to do, then of course I'm going to get mad too. So I mean. Yeah, all right. He's outspoken. Let's just say he's outspoken.
Now, Debo, you have two teams that are looking to take on St. Louis in the upcoming season, and more importantly, they're looking to play against you, and that's Kong's team. And actually, going back to Lupocalypse, but Nasty, who's now they're gonna be Nashville, and they're looking forward to playing you guys this upcoming season. A little bit of chirping, but I won't escalate it. But how do you think that matchup is going to play? How do you find Kong as an owner? And do you think Nasty will be a good GM?
Well, with Kong, me and Kong have always kind of went back and forth throughout the seasons when I was owner. So it's only natural that it continues. With Kong, he's just, he's getting the pieces together as far as being an owner. He's not a bad owner. His first season, I think he learned a lot. Since he wasn't the owner, I think Speedy was the owner the first season, right? He was GM, and he took over the team, and each season he's progressively getting better. He's not good enough to beat St. Louis, but hey, we'll leave the chirping for somewhere else. As far as Nasty goes, Nasty has made huge improvements, in my opinion, from when he originally first came in the league. He went from almost a troublemaker to where we were on the fence if we were even going to allow him to stay in the league, to doing a complete 180 and essentially becoming kind of respectable. I remember talking to him many a times and telling him, just let your game speak for you, man. That's how you gain your respect. You don't need to go out and talk trash. Now, whether or not he continues with that remains to be seen. But, hey, I'm all for anybody that wants to come at St. Louis. We're going to go strong like we do every year. We got a great owner now. We still got the management in place as well to back up the new owner. So we'll see how it goes when the season starts.
What do you think about Buff Sniper's team?
Well, you're baiting me, ain't you? I don't know anything about Buff Sniper's team. I know he's been able to put a pretty decent team together last season, but
I don't really follow his team, to be honest. And that's nothing against him. It's just always how I've been. whenever it comes to putting a team together and whatever. You kind of just focus on what you're putting together and hope that it folds together, and then you let it play out how it plays out. But yeah, I'm not going to take the bait on that one though, Cobra. You threw it out there. I'm not going to do it though.
All right, good stuff. Rockstar. Now, I'm pretty sure you're familiar with Jake Mancini, right?
Somewhat.
How about Evolution?
Yeah, Evolution is actually my IOHL owner.
He's your IOHL owner. Okay, so what are your thoughts? He's got Day Only, Big Dog, and Evo Volcano as his GM and AGM. I mean, do you think that they're going to be a team to be watched out for, or do you think Evo knows what he's doing?
From the looks of the IOHL team that he put together, where I don't mean to toot my own horn, but we're pretty solid. He just gotta draft more defense, because in IOHL he focused too much on forwards, so that's where we're lacking. So we'll have to see how his draft plan goes, if he's gonna put together a good team or not. But from the looks of it so far, he's a pretty good team owner. He's pretty active with his team. He's kind of gone a lot, but that's what you get though, because family and life comes first. So I guess we'll just see how his draft is, and then depending on that, then we'll see where he goes.
All right. I mean, I'll speak about a couple owners. I mean, we have a new owner coming in, Fisher. Does anyone know him? Has anyone ever played with him? Because personally, I've never played with him. He's a new owner coming in. He comes highly recommended. But
I have played with Fisher. I've played with Fisher quite a bit. He's a great player. Little bit of an attitude issue. But I mean, who doesn't? But I think that he'll build a team around him is what he'll end up doing. Because he is a scorer. He is great. He's a great player. And he's very active. So I don't think we should have a problem as far as him staying around either.
Well, that's good to hear. I guess, PJ Reaper, he's a returning owner. He's been here a couple seasons. I kind of already know what to expect from him. His management core, he's got Blender One and Pinkerton. Those are good guys. What about
PGH has been around quite a bit in the NHL community. I mean, the online league community, even LG, IOHL, NTHL, NLG. I mean, he's all over the place and he's always owning. So I mean, he might have a little bit too much on his plate. I think in the past he has owned in like 3 different leagues at one time, and it seems to be a little bit too much for him. I'm hoping that he doesn't make that same mistake again. Because I mean, you put too much on your plate, you end up running too many leagues, and it could wear on you.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna try being staff into it. Not fun. All right, so we'll throw the last one up here. Spliff and Rum. I mean, Head Honcho. What do you think here about Spliff and Rum? You've known him for a while. I don't know if you and Debo have known him longer, but have you ever played with him?
Spliff and can't really recall, honestly. I don't have too much to say about him. I really don't. I really don't know.
That's fine. That's fine. All right, Debo. What do you think? What do you think Spliff brings to the table this season?
Oh well, I think Spliff, he brings a lot to the table. Spliff was part of the season 1 Stanley Cup team. He was my GM. So as far as running the team, he knows what to do. He knows how to create a draft board. It's just I got mad love for Spliff. I know him well. It's just if Spliff can keep his head in as owner and stay on top of his duties, I think they'll go far. I think that team was going to rely heavily on the way Spliff reacts this season. So if Spliff stays in it and he stays on top of it, I think they'll go far.
All right, that's a good answer. All right, man. That pretty much sums it up for the owners.
Is it? We got an owner right here.
Yeah, no, we'll get to him. Just let me shoot out a little bit of information about the scouting. Scouting starts the 18th. We will have forums posted for owners and players to post in, and then I think we'll probably host like a national scout night, probably on like a Friday or a Saturday, and then owners will be free to do their own scouting after that. So that's when scouting starts. Now we do have a new St. Louis owner here, and he's going to have some great management behind him in Debo and Legacy. But I mean, what do you bring to the table this season? Do you guys think you'll go far? What are your ideas about the draft, and what do you think it takes to make a great owner?
Well, obviously it's my first time owning. I haven't owned in any league ever. I've managed in other leagues and stuff like that, but owning's it's a whole new experience to me. Having Debo there is awesome, and Legacy as well, because they both have a lot of experience tonight, especially Debo. For as far as going far, I mean, obviously with every team out there, they hope they can make it far. I believe we can. I mean, I don't see why not. Like I said, everybody has high hopes that they can, and I think we can. We just got to build a solid group and, come up with a game plan and just execute. That's all it really comes down to, and hopefully we can do that. So,
if there was one owner you really want to see in the playoffs, like if there's one team that it would be better for you to play against for like maybe your first round, who would you think, or like who would you want it to be?
Honestly, I don't even know who really the other owners are. I probably should go look at that. But it doesn't really matter to me. I'm ready for whatever challenge, whoever it may be, whether it's the Chirpers, whoever, it doesn't matter. I'm ready to take them on. Doesn't really matter.
All right.
We'll do good.
All right, no, that's good.
Let me cut in here real quick, Cobra.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, you can't set somebody up for a new ownership better. I mean, honestly, right? You got Debo and Legacy in front, behind you. You have management experience, but you don't have that ownership experience. But you have some people to fall back on, and I suggest that you do fall back on them, to help you out as far as because owning is a completely different step. I've been management in many leagues. I was management a lot up until I became an owner, my first time owner, and it is a whole different ball game because everybody's relying on you. But if you have the management below you, which you do, you got to rely on them. Go fall back on them. I mean, Debo. I mean, I don't know you personally, Debo, but I mean, you've had plenty of experience in this league as far as owning, and I'm sure he'll help you out. Legacy as well. So I mean, just fall back on them, and you'll do fine.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I mean, I'm not gonna per se take the full reins here. I mean, it's a whole new world to me. I mean, I've been a player in this league now for I think 3 seasons total, and being a player and management and owner is different. And I couldn't have picked 2 better managers in my opinion. I mean, like you said, like I know, like everybody else knows, they have experience and a lot of it, and they're both very smart guys. And Debo's owned his team for 3 seasons, and look at what he did with it. I mean, he knows what he's doing. And if I have any questions or I'm iffy about something or I don't know what I'm doing, for sure, I'm asking him what to do. I'm gonna fall back on him, And it doesn't help that they're both good players too. I mean, that definitely helps out as well.
All right, good stuff. I mean, that's all I really wanted to cover in this podcast. The floor is open to any of you guys if you want to add something in at all. Nope, I think everyone.
But hold on, it takes me a second to unmute my mic. I mean, you know me, I don't have a problem talking ever. I mean, I'm looking forward to a great season here. This is my first time as staff here at NLG, and I hope things go a little bit different than my last experience as staff. But it should be a great season. I mean, it's shaping up to be a good season. I mean, we got some good owners, and everybody always goes in with the I'm going to win. But I mean, the chances of you can't. Not everybody can make it, right? Not everybody can make it to the show. There's only one person. There's only one team that's going to make it, and and win it all. But stick with it. I mean, you got to. Most owners, they think, all right, this season, we start losing some games. You start losing some games, you start getting in your head, then the rest of your team kind of collapses on you. Keep with it, all right? Because there's always the next season, all right? Seasons are short. It's not a full season. You know, like it's not like the NHL. You know, stick with it. If you quit, it's gonna ruin your chances here at NLG. Just stay with it. That is like the biggest problem in online hockey leagues, is it not?
No, yeah, it's usually a big problem, which is why I tend to have backups. But I'm feeling pretty good about this group, probably better than I did in previous seasons. We have a lot of returning owners that are just, I've told people before, it's not just a Sixes league. It's a community that we built here of players that want to have fun and play competitive hockey. And I guess that's pretty much wraps it up. Thank you all for watching, and unless anyone else has anything to say here, nope. Maybe we'll give Honcho the last word. Any words of intimidation to any team you might face in the future?
Words of intimidation. Not really intimidation. I mean, y'all can come try and get it if you want. It's not going to work out too well. St. Louis is going to win. That's all there is to it.
Bring on the Kong. I'm ready for that. Let's let that happen. Watch Legacy score about 8 on you from the tie-up on the break on the face-off. But you can make your cute little videos, Kong. I hope you're listening to this because it ain't gonna matter.
All right, take it easy.
All right, guys. Later.
Later.
And if she's easy, take her twice.